Coinbase accuses the SEC of destroying text messages. Yup, that's what they said. All right, let's jump into this article real quick. We're gonna go through it really, really quick so that we can get to our last working segment. So, Coinbase says SEC destroyed Gensler text demands court sanctions. I am not familiar with Gensler text. I'm not like I don't really know. I don't know what the SEC is going after Coinbase for. I haven't been keeping up, but I saw this seemed pretty interesting, right? Coinbase is demanding penalties after a regulator lost nearly a year of text messages from former chair Gary Gensler. Says Coinbase has accused the SEC of destroying nearly a year of former chair Gary Gensler's text messages. A recent SEC Inspector General report revealed texts from October 2022 to September 2023 were permanently erased during a critical crypto enforcement period. Jesus. The U.S. exchange wants expedited discovery, sanctions, and immediate production after the SEC failed to search text messages for court-ordered documents production. Coinbase has accused the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission of destroying former chair Gary Gensler's text messages, with industry observers calling it a credibility crisis that could weaken the regulator's position in future enforcement actions.
Bruh.
Gensler's SEC destroyed documents they were required to preserve and produce. Coinbase Chief Legal Officer Paul Grewal tweeted Thursday alongside a link to the court filing. We now have proof from the SEC's own Inspector General. These Inspector Generals ain't loyal. Right. A report last week by SEC Office of the Inspector General found that nearly a year of then Chairman Gary Gensler's text messages were permanently deleted between October 2022 and September 2023. If you are a crypto person, if you know about the story, can you give me some background context on this? Like, what is the whole court dealing between Coinbase and the SEC and Gary Gensler, or is it? Yeah, Gary Gensler. I have no idea. The SEC watchdog said the agency employs a policy of remotely wiping devices disconnected from the agency's network for 45 days. I mean, I know companies have these policies, but if we get if we get a request that says, "Hey, you have to hold these for court proceedings," then we have to store. We have to build a way to keep them. So this is the SEC report from last week. We read that. Coinbase, through third-party historical research firm History Associates, has asked the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia to impose sanctions, order expedited discovery, and compel immediate production of all responsive communications. The agency destroy and delay approach to records must end immediately. The file reads, adding the destruction has caused irreparable harm that cannot be undone.
Bruh.
The SEC has fined private firms billions for poor record keeping, but now stands accused of doing the very same thing. Tisk, 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 tisk. Do as I say and not as I do. I'm in a bind, Nate. And what can really happen to them at the end of the day, right? It's the government. Rishabh Gupta, director at Web3 platform Trade Dog Group, told Decrypt, this creates a profound, do I say not, what? I didn't even read the story and I already knew what they're going to say, right? Do as I say, not as I do, problem that severely undermines the SEC's moral, give me a break here, moral authority, give me a break. The deletion timeline coincided with the FTX collapse, the SEC's crypto enforcement blitzkrieg, or KERG, and ongoing Freedom of Information Act litigation in which Coinbase sought internal agency communications regarding Ethereum regulation and digital asset policy decisions. The SEC initially denied the request under law enforcement exemptions, but abandoned that position after Coinbase filed suit in June of 2024. The Inspector General also identified potential record losses from devices belonging to over 40 other senior SEC officials, including 21 devices flagged for confirmed or suspected data destruction. Had the SEC conducted proper searches when the Freedom of Information Act requests were submitted in 2023, the agency could have reviewed and processed those records then, or at least taken steps to preserve them before Gensler's texts were destroyed. The filing reads, that is a fact. The reported erasure of key communications raises significant questions around transparency and accountability. Shiv Pandey, CBO at crypto startup BitSave, told Decrypt, regulatory positions carry the heavy responsibility of gatekeeping, where decisions must be anchored in fair principles and objective evidence. If sanctions are imposed, Gupta said it would create a legal precedent that allows defendants to challenge not only the SEC's theories, but also the credibility and thoroughness in handling evidence.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
That, he warned, could delay or complicate ongoing enforcement actions as companies push back more aggressively, making settlements harder and forcing the agency to defend its own internal processes. These government agencies ain't loyal. Don't trust them as far as you can throw them.
How dare you?
Let me see. So we over on Arena, we have May says SEC is rigged. It is a speculative organization that was created out of nowhere. Tell him, Polar Bear Hunter. Designed to centralize decentralization. They covering up the mistakes. Tell them I can do data recovery if the SEC needs me to. The SEC says no. You're not going to rain on our parade. We are in the clear. Keep your data discovery or recovery to yourselves.
I've never been afraid to walk away. Left the shadows in yesterday. They thought they owned the lock and key, but I'm the storm they didn't see. They whispered out behind my back, thought my strength was what I'd lack, but I've turned scars into a flame. Their doubts just fuel my untamed. Walked away with my head held high, left their chains beneath the sky. They thought I'd crumble, thought I'd fall, but I'm the one who breaks the wall. I've never been afraid to let it all go. They thought they held the strings of my show, bound by their words, but they don't know. I'm the storm, I'm the fire, I'm the glow. They thought my roots would never grow in fields where winds of freedom blow, but here I stand, unshaken, bold, a story no one else could hold. They thought rebel left when silence calls. They thought my song would fade away, but I'm the voice they can't betray. I've left behind the chains they made. Their whispers tried to make me afraid, but I don't bow, I don't obey. I walk my path, I find my way. With my head held high, left their chains beneath the sky.